for the World Cup. So this is definitely going to be a situation where all teams in all the different groups are going to fight as hard as they possibly can, because this is a door that's been open where now the tournament has been grown now with 4 extra teams and also just the slots into the World Cup. So I think it's going to be a tough one all around. On paper, yes, we could say that Banyana, Ivory Coast, but I think holistically we just need to look at who wants it more again.
All right, so that's what it will come down to eventually when we look at the various groups out at the Total Energies CAF Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Who wants it more? You look at South Africa, they sit number 2 in the African continent. They come up against an 18-ranked Tanzanian Twiga Stars. Let's take you through to an ad break. When we return after the break, we continue with our build-up. We also zoom in closer in terms of how the coaches will be lining up abadlali babo and what the tactical and technical approach is going to be looking like tonight.
Goal individually, we have a goal collectively. We have our main goal to qualify for the World Cup. So with that, we don't have much pressure on us at the end of the day, but we have a goal to play every game as it comes.
World Cup qualification certainly a must for South Africa. They did qualify in 2019 as well as the 2023 editions. But now let's hear from the coach that has led South Africa now in their 5th WAFCON tournament. Here is the good doctor, Coach Desiree Ellis.
But I think we've been in this position before. We've played them a couple of times. Games have been tight and games have been not so tight. We've analysed them well. Same as I would probably analyse us, and we've worked on a few things. And hopefully that comes together today.
You look at South Africa's Banyana Banyana and Coach Desiree Ellis also just emphasizing what's been said here today. But you look at South Africa in terms of just this build-up into this WAFCON.
Add numbers going forward, just adding and supporting Urifile there in the middle. So I think this looks like a solid squad. Like Coach said, Tembi up front, Ukasani and Omagai. I think there's, a very strong attacking squad. But all
build up into this WAFCON, Maestro, not the most convincing in terms of just the qualifying itself, coming up against DRC. But you look at that crucial result coming through against Japan, a certain confidence booster, beating Japan at home. Doing it for the first time in 10 years against them.
I think, like you mentioned, it was not as convincing, especially building up to this tournament. Because remember, the first game against Japan, they lost 5-0. And then coming back in the second leg or the second, round of that specific friendly match, they were able to win. And I think it was also, we looked at the changes that the coach did or made in that specific encounter where she brought in Swat, Kaylin in the goals, which was also a brilliant performance from her. There was also some changes and also a reintroduction of Ubongeka because she was also coming back from an injury. Utembi Khatlani as well, who was also coming back from an injury. So I think there was a great shift in how the team restructured. And just looking at the lineup now, Coach, it looks like Dlamini's back in the goals. And I'm happy to see Umudli reintroduced back into the squad after not being part of the team for so long. I think with her experience together with Ulrifile there in the middle, Omotlalo, Tembi up front, Ukasani and Omagai, I think there's a very strong attacking squad, but also the strength Ubongeka Lapana in the back, because I like how she's also able to add numbers going forward, just adding and supporting Urifile there in the middle. So I think this looks like a solid squad. Like Coach said, she's done her homework, she's analyzed, so perhaps this is the best squad for this specific encounter.
Is the creativity you need. You have now Mudli, you have Linda as well as Unotolo on the right, because the creativity will give you the chaos to unlock a structured team, because Tanzania were structured last time when Banyana played them. They will always reinforce defense, try to defend in numbers. How about Palali teammate defend the numbers? O hloka o be le di creative players tse leng re di ka kgona o unlocka ka di 1-2, and I'm happy hore Robin Mudli wa qala. I'm also happy hore Linda wa qala, because I think they'll be able to create the chances for Tembi Khatlana so that ba unpack bus ena tla beng e kentswe ke Tanzania.
And of course, we look at a Robin Moodley Salgado coming back into this Banyana Banyana team. Of course, it's been years since we last saw her. Also, the return of Thembi Kgatlana. We didn't see her at the last WAFCON edition. But you also look at the South African bench. So if mhlamba bakwazi ukuqala bavule kwisibombe sokuqala, Coach Desiree Ellis has quite a lot of players that can come off the bench and impact this game. You look at the likes of Mthandi. We've seen her to find the back of the net for Banyana Banyana. You look at a Ronald Donnelly. Let's speak to what we also have available on the bench.
Yeah, I think we also look at Umajia. She also had one of the best performances, I think, against Japan. You have Umthandi, you have Salgado as well, the other Salgado.
Salgado Moodley.
Moodley, yes. So there is quite a number of players on the bench. And for me, I'm very happy and excited because this is one of the teams that's led by a home-based coach. But also looking at the squad, out of the 26, you have 22 players coming from South African League, you know. So I think it also shows in the improvement of the type of structure and development that have been put in place to support women's football. So I think this for me is holistically very, very solid. But also not forgetting the goals. We spoke about Kaylin Swart, her ability as well just to come, I think, brilliancy in her distribution, her ability to be able to restructure and control the defense. So I think holistically on paper, we do have quality all round, and hopefully coach will be able to find ways on how to introduce each and every player based on the opposition that they are going to face, but just to give everybody an opportunity, but in hope that we still look at the bigger goal, qualifying and lifting the trophy at the end of the day.
And speaking about that opposition, of course, tonight it is up against the Twiga Stars of Tanzania. Let's now hear from their coach, Bakari Shime.
First of all, we are happy to be here again. We play again against South Africa. We got 1 point from South Africa last year, WAFCON. So we start from there. So we need maximum of point today. So everything is okay. The players are ready for the games, and I hope the game will be a very good game.
And we look at the starting 11 of this Tanzanian side. You look at their history at the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. 5 losses, 1 draw coming in South Africa. When we take a look at this Twiga Star starting 11, coach, your thoughts?
Yeah, first you start with the coach. He was part of the team in the previous WAFCON. He played against Banyana Banyana, very experienced, so continuity is key. And again, we spoke about the 3 center backs, that when you drop the 2 wing backs, then it becomes a back 5 Kinelo. Yeah. So already this talks to you, Ori, battle defender. They want to defend in numbers. They want to create what we call the overloads in numbers, because they know that South Africans are skillful. So there must always be 2 players on South African attackers. So it was already South African players, Bo Moodley, like I said, Libolinda, Tlamele babele mamello, vusiwe, babene patient, bakwazi uku-circulate ibhola and wait for those right moments to try and unlock this Tanzania defense. Because with quality, Banyana has the chance, but Tanzania will rely on their structure. But also, we always call it Tuguti. Can they have tactical stamina, Tanzania, to be able to repeat their organization consistently? That's the challenge.
That will be the challenge for Coach Bakari as well as his troops here tonight. Let's take you through to an ad break. When we return, we're closer to kickoff, and we'll also get thoughts from our analyst in studio, Ace, as well as the maestro, in terms of which way this one goes tonight.
Nkosi Sigeleli Africa, Mungu Bariki Africa, God bless Africa. 3 languages, 1 prayer, 1 continent. They are the opening words of the South African and Tanzanian national anthems. Different voices, different melodies, yet the very same prayer that God may bless Africa. And tonight, beneath the North African sky, that prayer echoes once more. Whether you're watching for Soweto or Sandton, Upera or Kiani, Mtata or Mbombela, wherever you are joining us across South Africa, across Tanzania, across our beautiful continent and across the world, welcome to Casablanca. Welcome to the Mulai Rachid Stadium, where history has a habit of introducing these 2 nations. South Africa, Tanzania, the 9th meeting between them, but the story stretches back much further. Before that, let's hear the national anthems.